Hi, my name is Darren Joseph from HGJ.tax, and we're the team that seeks to demystify a sometimes confusing world of international tax. And today I want to talk about another point that was raised in a recent discussion I was in on how do families navigate the need for transparency without giving up autonomy. So I tell most of my clients three things you need to accept. This is the way it is. One, privacy is dead. I'm not talking just about FATCA and CRS, but I'm talking about the various leaks, Paradise Papers, Pandora's Papers, Panama Papers, all the way back to the late 90s when we had the Liechtenstein leaks. There have been leaks all the time. And more importantly, recently, there have been lots of whistleblowers. The most prominent of which I would argue would be 2008, Bradley Birkenfeld, who was the famous UBS whistleblower that led to all that drama with Switzerland, right? So if you're hoping for privacy, that is exceedingly difficult. So I just say privacy is dead. Second thing is that governments don't like the idea of any funds being untaxed. It's a thing, right? It's a core policy that they had, behind so many OECD level initiatives. It's perhaps a core policy behind Pillar 2 right now with global minimum tax, that kind of makes it obvious. But also you have other principles that are playing international tax, like POEM, place of effective management, economic substance, transfer pricing, and these blacklists or these lists of non-cooperative jurisdictions that pop up whenever you have a look in certain places, right? It's that underlying principle they like money to be taxed. And the third point that I try to tell clients is that if something sounds too good to be true, chances are it is too good to be true. It's not true. So, having said that, how do I answer that question about how do families navigate the need for transparency without giving up autonomy? I think unless you want to join one of the so-called passport bros and hide out in an emerging market that it's unregulated, you can do what you like, it's really hard to avoid the transparency initiatives. But you don't necessarily have to give up autonomy. And why? And how do you achieve that? I believe by curating a portfolio of residences and passports that allow you the freedom to move around. So if you don't like what one jurisdiction is doing, you can hop on a plane and you move to another jurisdiction where you have residence and you're already set up. And you just wait out your time until the ebb and flows of election change things wherever it is you didn't like before. And then you can go back or not. You might enjoy where you are. But the point is, you have the freedom of that mobility. You have that mobility freedom. And you're not going to give up transparency, but you can still have the autonomy to vote with your feet, kind of thing. So you can do it as long as you do it within the rule of law. My name is Darren Joseph from HGJ.tax.